So, a little after Starfield came out, I got into a gnarly car accident at work, and in turn, had a bit more time to play for the first few weeks of the game's release. After 3 months, I ended up putting in about 197 hours into the game. For the most part, the main character was volunteered to join Constellation, an organization whose primary focus is to explore. Character customization was detailed, though, having each secondary section completely reset as I moved up and down between sections made creating something specific unnecessarily difficult, though this could also be user error. I thought it'd be fun to give my character traits that pertain to me, so I chose the introvert, neon street rat, and raised enlightened traits. The introvert trait ended up being useless for me because I had a party member with me for about 98% of my playthrough. When I entered Neon for the first time, I used the Neon Street Rat trait conversation choice with the Neon security guard, telling her I was a local, and she basically told me that she didn't care and to go fuck myself. For my final trait, I had an idea of what I was going for when I chose it, but it ultimately did not really do anything for me in the game. Some of my favorite story missions in the game included the Vanguard mission, the Striker Gang mission in Epside, and Entangled. Switching from reality to reality in Entangled made it the most fascinating and unique mission to play through. The choice I made to end the Terramorph threat was to let loose the large and majestic Asylees throughout the settled systems. I chose this because they looked cool. Out of the 4 main companion choices, I chose to hang around Andreja and Samco the most because I liked listening to them talk. Now I can pick up Sissy Jones's voice whenever I hear it in other TV shows or games. While on this topic, I'd like to mention that the voice acting in this game is really good. Gameplay-wise, I love making myself suffer for aesthetics, so I mainly used the wakizashi during my playthrough. I didn't master it because I died a shit ton, but that wasn't going to stop me from running around the settled systems and shanking people with a katana. I liked using the Old Earth shotgun when it was needed, but that was later overshadowed by the Experiment A7 shotgun when I acquired it. When I first started playing the game, I was crazy into looting literally every single thing. I calmed down and became more selective about what I picked up when I was about 3 weeks into the game. But in those first 3 weeks, you can bet no one's succulents were fucking safe around me. One of the earliest glitches I encountered on day 2 of playing the game was seeing a group of UC Marines walking past me in nothing but their underwear. It was a wonderful surprise. I experienced this glitch again weeks later while walking past a security guard in Aquila City. Sadly, the glitch was corrected in the game's November 8 update. I played a majority of the game in third person, switching to first person view occasionally to see what it was like, or to fix a bug that I got that stopped me from being able to sit down unless I was in first person. Throughout my gameplay, I unlocked quite a few of the Starborn powers. My favorite power was the initial one, where enemies are suspended in the air for a short amount of time. I used this power whenever I remembered that I had Starborn powers. A while later, I gained the Kagebunshin Starborn power. I enjoyed running around with my alternate universe clone, causing all kinds of collateral damage with the wakizashi. On another note, I broke the game when I activated the time-stopping Starborn power while boosting in the air just to see what would happen. I got completely stuck and was unable to cancel the power or the boost, pressing every single button on my controller. I used this strange situation to my advantage, and despite listening to a never-ending vacuum, I scanned a shitload of powerful fauna without having to worry about getting attacked because I was oddly invincible in my game's broken state. Thankfully, this glitch was nothing a soft reset couldn't fix. Ship customization was extensive in this game, and I frequented the Starfield ship subreddit to check out some people's lobster-shaped ships, among other original designs or designs based off of existing properties. For my custom ship, I wanted to create a rendition of my favorite plane, the Lockheed Martin P-38 Lightning. This was the design I came up with. It was heavy, horrible at making turns, and slow as fuck, but it looked beautiful to me. I was initially reluctant to switch to the Star Eagle later in the game, but instantly did so when I saw the Star Eagle's far superior stats. There was a point during my playthrough where I went through a heavy surveying binge. The constant repetition of scanning and collecting everything and fighting enemies was relaxing for me. I wasn't able to survey every single planet and every system, but I was able to fully survey quite a few systems, which was pretty satisfying. A few side quests remained unfinished due to the fact that there were game-breaking bugs that did not allow me to continue them, which was a bit annoying. I played Starfield on my G14 Zephyrus, and despite getting a notification that my drivers were outdated every single time I booted up the game, I had no issues with the visuals. I ended up disabling the in-game subtitles because I enjoyed watching the NPCs speak. The game's design was super clean, and I liked being able to see the fabric of people's clothing and the dense texture of mechs made of steel. Overall, I had a good time playing Starfield. Spending over 100 hours in a game is a lot for me, so I think the developers did something right in that regard. At the end of the game, I chose not to enter Unity because I wanted to stay in my own reality. It's been a few months since I first started the game, and since then, the injury I sustained from the crash is now a distant memory, and I'm back to playing random-ass sports like stickball. Games with open-world exploration will always be a weakness of mine, but for now, I'm going to take a break from the open-world genre. I think.